Hello. Oh my goodness. We are talking all about inTANDEM right now. This is the live talking all about the collaboration, what inTANDEM is, about the Kickstarter campaign, all sorts of fun, exciting things. I will say, first things first, we want to say thank you so much to there's already 21 backers of the project. We're at over $1,600. I wish I could show you all of the conversations the designers are having in our chat because the energy is wild. You'd think we all have won $1 million and just so excited. So if I can't get my words across straight, I apologize. We're excited. So if you have any questions at all about inTANDEM while we're chatting, go ahead and leave those. You can leave them in the comments, or you can press it's like a speech bubble with a question mark in it down at the bottom of the screen, and you can submit questions that way. All right, so let's talk about what inTANDEM is. inTANDEM is a knit and crochet publication that is really focusing on collaboration, starting with the designers, but then also the designers as a group with a yarn company. So basically, I guess let's start from the beginning. The idea was my idea because it's like, it would be really cool for designers to be able to come together and create a published book, make it more achievable for designers, and make them more involved in the entire process, while also getting their name out farther. Because I really do believe that collaborations are extremely powerful. Supporting each other is powerful, but then also just combining all of those forces, I think we can do so many amazing things when we work together. And I posted this, I don't remember which account, this morning. I've been reposting so many things, but I feel like even just the support that we've already received on the Kickstarter campaign really exemplifies, really shows exactly the whole idea of when we come together, we can do so many amazing things. And with already the support that we've received, it's evident that like all other people coming in on this, it's just like making it possible. So that's where the idea started. Some of you may know that I'm also the founder of the Design Circle, which is a community of knit and crochet designers that again love community support, love collaborating with each other, and are working to grow their businesses. And so I proposed the idea there, and of course several folks were extremely excited and on board, and it grew from there. So right now we have 14 designers in the first 4 issues. So every year there will be 4 issues. Based on our designer demographics right now, we have 3 of those are knit publications and 1 is crochet. We did decide to keep those separate just based on our experience using magazines and our experience with our customers. So the first issue will come out in August of 2023. So that's a little over a year. It feels crazy to be talking, I don't like that word, but it is interesting to be talking on such a long timeline. But the first issue will come out in autumn of 2023, and then the next one in winter, and then spring, and then summer. So for this first round, autumn, winter, and spring are the knit issues, and summer is the crochet issue. So what that means is that the spring issue for knitting will also cover some into summer, and the summer issue for crochet will also, include some stuff that works really well for spring and fall as well. I know we have several of our designers here live. If you guys think of anything while I'm chatting that you want me to say, go ahead and leave those in the comments. Thank you again so much for everybody being here. Okay, so that's the idea of the collaboration. Each year, so I mentioned we have the seasonal periodical that we're planning 4 issues at a time because that's 1 year, 12 months worth of issues. And we will be collaborating with one yarn company for each year. So the first 4 issues, we have selected who we want to work with. We selected all of the yarn bases and colors and all of that. And after this Kickstarter campaign is complete, we will be making our actual proposal to the company. So I can't say who it is, but I can say that because our designers are spread across several countries, that we are wanting to choose yarn companies for now that are that can be found in yarn shops across the world. So, all right, I thought I had a train of thought I was heading to, but as far as the patterns, the whole intention of the seasonal calendar idea with the 4 issues is that we can help you create a more intentional wardrobe, finish out that wardrobe that you have for each season. If you have clothing wearing out or something you know you're missing, each issue has a variety of design types in it. So there's always going to be some sort of top as far as cardigan, pullover, that kind of thing. And then there will be accessories like shawls or cowls, socks, mittens. There's 5 to 6 designs in each issue. And then we have the 4 issues. So we have a total of 22 projects, 22 design patterns for the first 4 issues, being designed by the 14 designers. And then for the next year, we will definitely, we hope to have more designers, different yarn companies, so it will be changing each year, but it will continue to be this collaboration where it's really designers working together, making the decisions of the publication. Even though this is my idea, we're all working on this as a whole collaboration. Everybody has an input, deciding the themes, deciding the stitch motifs, so each issue is centered on a different group of stitch motifs, so it's more cohesive. And then on the colors, and now of course for this, especially for this first issue, how the whole structure is put together and the layout and the whole Kickstarter campaign. So it's a lot of fun, and the designers are absolutely loving it from all of the feedback that I've received. So that's what inTANDEM is, and our why. Our why is to work together as a collaboration to uplift each other and bring an even greater product to the knitting and crochet communities. And at the same time, part of this, having the designers so involved in the process, is this idea of changing the relationship between designers and publications. A lot of times designers have a lot of fear and anxiety when it comes to submitting to a publication, and then once they do, they create the design, give it to the company, but they don't have a whole lot of interaction with the dealings of the publication. So this publication allows the designers to really be involved, to see how things are working, and rather than paying designers a lump fee sum for each of their designs, they will be receiving royalties on all of the sales. So they have more reason to be excited about the publication and to be sharing it and all of that. Do we have any questions yet? Thanks to everybody who's been hopping on since I said hello. If you have a question, go ahead and leave it in the comments, or there is a speech bubble with a question mark down at the bottom of the screen. So the Kickstarter campaign. Why are we running a Kickstarter campaign? It is because we are raising funds to cover the upfront costs of creating this publication. And that is primarily photography and modeling, and then different fees associated with that, and also with running a Kickstarter campaign. So that total goal is $13,200. There's more split up inside of the Kickstarter campaign, where you can see a pie chart where it splits all of the costs, all of the green things on the pie chart. I was going to figure out how to do the photos on here, and I don't think I downloaded the photo. I apologize. All of the green parts of the pie chart show what is being funded by the Kickstarter campaign, by that $13,200 goal. And that is covering photography and modeling for all 4 of the first 4 issues. And then, I guess let's talk about Kickstarter. What is Kickstarter? If you're not familiar with Kickstarter, Kickstarter is a platform that is available to support kind of indie creative projects, essentially. It's these folks that have these amazing, wonderful ideas, these projects that they're trying to create, but they need to crowdsource funding in order to make it come to life. So it's exactly what we're looking for here with inTANDEM. There are several other magazines that have been funded by Kickstarter. You might be familiar with like Pip and Pen and Making Stories. They started, Morit is a crochet publication that recently started. They all started with funding on Kickstarter. Again, if you have questions, leave those below. Thought there was something else I was going to say about funding. But will the publications be available to purchase at later dates? For example, if you start knitting in 2025, could you find and purchase a previous issue or like a magazine and just available at a time? So our current plans are that we will create a pre-order at the time that each issue launches. So in August, the first issue launches in August. That pre-order will begin in mid-July of 2023. The issue prices are a little bit cheaper, or a little bit lower price point for the Kickstarter campaign than they will be for the pre-order, just because as a thank you for helping us support the upfront costs. So the autumn issue will be available for pre-order in July of 2023. The winter issue will be available for pre-order in November of 2023. The winter issue will be available for pre-order in February of 2024. And the summer issue will be available for pre-order in May of 2024. And then after all 4 issues are out, we will have the ability to purchase all 4 issues as a book set. So that's the plan right now. If we have reason to, like, enough interest and stuff, it is definitely possible we would have future print runs. But due to the cost of printing and printing, that is the plan. But yes, like we said, we're over 2 years out from our last issue release, so we're definitely keeping in mind that things can change. So but digital copies should remain available, right? Yes, the digital, both the issue as a digital copy and the individual patterns as digital patterns, they'll be available. Sorry, that was just the printed copies. Due to the cost of printing, we really need to be printing those in bulk in order to make it financially feasible at all. And so that's why there's the pre-orders and that plan schedule. So let's talk about the photography and modeling real quick, because that really is the driving force behind the Kickstarter to cover, those costs. And the photography and the modeling are extremely important to us because we want to create a project, a publication that you are extremely excited to look at, to open, to leaf through the photos, even when you're not making the projects. And I like to say, we want your crafty friends who see, or your non-crafty friends who see your publication lying around, we want them to pick it up and ooh and ah over the photos because they're so beautiful and high quality. So it's really important to us, both for the digital issues and for the printed issues. They'll be the same. But for both reasons, we really want to have the high quality photography that's really beautiful. And then for the modeling, it's really, really, really important to us that we have a variety of body shapes, sizes, and skin tones throughout all of our issues, so that it really feels like a community project. It feels like everybody can feel themselves or see themselves in the projects, and it doesn't feel like it's just focused on one person or on one demographic. I think that's extremely important to anything that is supporting community, supporting collaboration, all of that, and even for things that aren't. I think it's a really wonderful thing. So that is why we do really value the photography and the modeling, and think it's really important to have the funding to make that possible. Then for our stretch goals, if you look on the campaign, the Kickstarter campaign, you'll see there was the cost for the publication, and then there is the stretch goals. The stretch goals are where if we exceed the $13,200 for paying the upfront costs, at the point where we are able to cover all of our expenses, the money will start going into the designer's work. So it's really enabling us to pay the designers. We think it's really important to be addressing the worth of the designers and being able to help pay them even before we've sold pre-orders would be amazing. Yes, that's a whole nother topic I could spend an hour talking about. But that is one part of the stretch goal. The other part of the stretch goal is another expense that we want to add in there is the ability to create easy read versions of the publication, starting with digital, and potentially also creating printed. And so the easy read versions are, for example, in a font that is especially easy to read, and in larger font sizes. There's a lot of different guidelines to follow, and then we would send that to Renee Van Hoy for a accessibility review, I guess is maybe the best way to put it. I don't remember exactly what she calls it, but so the stretch goal, once we exceed our funding, we would also pay for that expense to make that possible, to make it more accessible to more people. And then, all right, let's talk about the tiers, the Kickstarter tiers. Again, if anybody has any questions, please drop those down in the comments or in the question box. Yeah, so the tiers, Kickstarter gives the box option where just at the very top of the tiers, where you can donate any amount of money that you want to. So that's pure donation, and I do believe, I should have double checked this, but I'm pretty sure you still receive the benefits of all of the other backers with the supporter graphics and access to a private Discord server. So you receive some digital files that you can share online to share that you're a supporter of inTANDEM, and to talk about the project with other fiber arts enthusiasts. And we will be setting up a Discord server that allows us to communicate with all of our backers, to keep you up to date on what's happening, talk about behind the scenes and all of that kind of stuff. So that is the first option. Kickstarter just automatically puts that on all Kickstarter campaigns. And then the next option that we set up was a $6 tier, which is to just show your there is no just to your support. Every little bit, I promise, really means so much to us. Just knowing that you support it, even if you're not able to support it financially. I do want to make that really clear. We completely understand that finances are a thing. So even if you aren't able to support the project financially, sharing it with other folks is immensely helpful, and we appreciate that so much as well. If you ever want any specific content, like the graphics to share or anything, just let me know. I'm more than happy to share whatever I can to help you out. Alright, so the other Kickstarter tiers, our lowest tier was a $6 tier. Show your support, and again, you receive the digital files and the access to the Discord server. For the next tier, it is $13, and it is one digital issue of your choice. So you can choose autumn, winter, spring, or summer from the first year. And again, the first three are knitting focused, and the fourth one, the summer one, is crochet focused. So after the campaign closes completely, which is the end of May, Kickstarter allows us to send a survey to you to ask which issue you would like. And we will keep track of that. So as soon as it's ready, we can send it to you digitally. We will also ask you how you want to receive that copy, Ravelry or email, and so that you receive it where you want your patterns kept. And then, is there anything else to say about the digital issue? I don't think so. The next tier up is the copy of a printed issue of your choice. Again, it works exactly the same way as far as you will receive a survey asking which issue you would like. And then we will also be, at the time of shipping, at the time that we're actually ordering these printed issues, we will charge the shipping to you at that point. That is because our last issue is over 2 years out, or not the last issue of the first year, the fourth issue is 2 years out, so we know things can change with shipping. We also realize that when you add add-ons, which I'll talk about in a bit, the shipping, we could easily end up charging you more for shipping than it actually was. And so it's all dependent on exactly what you're ordering. So by charging you shipping at the time of printing and shipping to you, we can hopefully save you as much money. I mean, we will save you as much money as we can, but we will charge you the actual amount of shipping, and it will also, we'll be confident that it's accurate to the shipping time. And so that applies for all physical items in the tiers and in the add-ons. Now, is there anything else about the printed issue? Again, any of the designers, feel free to chime in. The next tier is a printed issue of your choice. So just like the first tier, but you also can sponsor one of the issues and get your name written in one of the issues. So just one line of text on our sponsorship page that extends a thank you. It can be your business name, it can be your first name, or your name, your first name and last name, but an acknowledgement section there inside of the issue. So that one's $26. The next tier is the 3 printed issues. So you get all three knit issues. So that is autumn, winter, and spring are the 3 knit issues from the first year. So that tier is giving you all of the knit issues. And that one's at $45 US. These are all US dollars. The next tier is a digital issue of all 4 issues. And so that will be, again, we'll have the survey to choose how you want to receive those digital issues. The thing I was just realizing I wanted to say about the printing. You will also have the choice with the shipping for physical products. If you've selected all 4 issues, you will have the option to receive them all in one shipment. So you would receive them in July of 2024 after the last issue is released, or you can choose to receive them as they're released. And the reason we want to make that possible is because of shipping price considerations, especially even for folks within the US. We'll be shipping from the US, but we know that shipping to other countries can be costly. So we totally understand if you want to receive all of those as a set at the end and not have to pay for shipping for each individual issue. The next tier is the printed versions of all 4 issues, and again, as I just said, you can choose when you receive those. And then the next tier is 2 printed sets. So if you and a friend know that you both want a printed set, you can order that tier and save on shipping to get them all shipped to the same address. The next one is 5 printed sets of all 4 issues. Same idea if you have a set of 4 friends and yourself, or if you want to order them as gifts, you can order that tier to receive multiple sets. And then our last tier is the executive sponsorship in all 4 issues, plus a printed set of 4 issues. So you'll receive the printed set and your name will be in a large section of the sponsorship page. I'm trying to remember, I can't remember for sure. I think we said half a page. Can be your logo, your business, your name. You can write it in honor of somebody. So that's an option there. And then our add-ons are some handmade goodies and then like additional copies of the issues. So the first one is sponsorship inside of one issue. The next one is an additional printed issue of your choice. The next one is a screen printed project bag, which is a project bag being screen printed by one of our designers using a design custom to inTANDEM. The next one is sponsorship in all 4 issues. And then we have a hand-sewn project bag by one of our designers. So the screen printed bag is being done by Katie, who is Mindfulness Makes on Instagram. The hand-sewn project bag is by Trish, who is Fiber Optics Knits, and we'll be using a fabric that is custom to inTANDEM. And then we have a 1-hour tutoring option with Mary Beth, who is one of the designers, MB Kelso, M as in Mary, B as in Beth, Kelso on Instagram. So you receive 1 hour of tutoring with anything that you want knitting related. And then we have 3 more add-ons. One is a handwritten postcard from all 14 designers. So the designers will be choosing postcards that they want to send to you. They'll write a note on it, and then we'll send all 14 to you. We have an additional printed set of 4 issues. So if you say you want 3 printed sets, you can order the tier that has 2, and then you can do an add-on so you can get 3 printed sets. Or 4, or however you want. And then our last add-on is a hand knit sample of the hat design in issue 1, and that is being designed and knit by Mary Beth. So those are all of the tiers, those are all of the add-ons. You can see all of the information on the Kickstarter campaign. If one of the designers here can put the link in a comment, that would be super helpful. I don't know if it's clickable in in the comments or not, but you can screenshot it. You can also find the link to the Kickstarter campaign in any of our bios in Tandem or the Pattern Design Circle or Snickerdoodle Knits are my 3 accounts, or any of the other designers. Thank you, Isa. So yeah, what other questions do we have here? And Catherine, thank you. I can go ahead and talk about who the designers are, and we have some of the designers here. They can tell us what they're excited about, share anything that they think I missed. I also was going to mention that on the Kickstarter campaign, we have mood boards for each of the 4 issues. So while we can't show you exactly the yarns that we have selected for each issue, we pulled some of the colors to give you an idea of the colors going on in each issue. And that's if you're choosing, like, you want to purchase one issue and you're trying to choose which one, hopefully that will help. Okay, so who are the designers? Just really quick, we have Yvonne, who is Gamer Babe Knitter on Instagram. We have myself, Snickerdoodle Knits, Natalia. Oh, well, I guess I can say countries here too. I'll try to remember them all. I think I know them all really well. So Natalia, so these are all in the US so far. Natalia is Natalia_Yarncraft. Mary Beth is MB Kelso. Stacy is the Knitting Tutor. Beth is Fig and Filament. Kristen is Gorgeous Knits. I'm going through the picture on the Kickstarter campaign, so that's why I'm looking over here. Joy is top_the_world_knits, top of the world knits with underscores between each word. I think we're still on the US. Yes. Okay, we have Katie, who is mindfulness.makes on Instagram, who is based in Canada. Trish is Fiber Optics Knits. Catherine is Jojo da Bomb, JoJodabom. Karen is Karen B Designs from the UK. And Iza is the Knit Savvy from Poland. And Marin is Knitterista from Germany. And I just realized we kind of clumped most of our Europeans together. That was all of our Europeans together. That was completely unintentional on the photo. So those are all 14 designers who are very excited about the project and to be working together and are appreciating your support so much. There's so many of them that have the Kickstarter campaign pulled up and are just watching it. So do know that it's so appreciated. Do we have any other questions? And then any designers that want to hop on and talk about it? Go ahead and either request to join live or just put a comment in the comments telling me that you want to join. Because I know some of you are here. And I guess this is a good point to say, if you're watching the replay of this, feel free to ask any questions that you have in the comments below the replay or by messaging me or any of the designers. Any of the designers want to hop on? You can talk about just how excited you are. You can talk about what the collaboration means to you. We do also, if you look through the Kickstarter campaign, we have some quotes that different folks shared with us, talking about what collaboration means to them, why they're excited about this project and all of that. All right, let me invite you. Wording. for how to invite somebody, but I think I invited you. There we go.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for helping. I'm not very tech savvy, honestly. This is my first live, so I appreciate all the tech support.
No worries at all. Thanks for joining us for your first live.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I think this is what people say, so yeah.
Yes. So do you want to talk about what inTANDEM means to you, or why you're excited about it?
Sure. So what it means to me, it means, well, collaboration means learning something new. I think this is what is very valuable to me, because when you collaborate with people, you exchange views, perspectives, and each of us is much, much different. So it's really building me inside. Yeah, let's say this is, I think, what I appreciate the most. Yeah, learning from other people, because this is also broadening my perspective, my view on life. Also, I appreciate seeing how having the same, let's say, topic, each of us interprets it differently, like from much different standpoint. Yeah. So it's really exciting and growing opportunity, yeah, for me as a person.
Yes. And just adding on a little bit about collaboration, we're coming from different perspectives and ideas, and I think that makes the end project so much better, because it's incorporating so many different ideas and perspectives that just one person wouldn't have on their own.
Definitely. I also feel like this is something each of us really wants to do, but we wouldn't feel empowered to do on our own. At least for me, at the time being, it's very honestly, it's an immense project. Yeah. All the things that need to work out, all the little details that you have to think about, organize, and make them work together in the proper timing. Yeah, it's a huge project management endeavor as well, apart from, let's say, the aesthetic design stuff. Yeah, so this is really encouraging, and this is, let's say, helping dreams come true.
Yes, I've seen so many different folks use that term in what they're sharing on Instagram, and even some of the quotes that we got on the survey. Just it's making dreams come true for designers that previously thought this would be impossible for them to especially do on their own. But now we're creating something because we're all coming together and making it possible.
Yeah, lifting each other up, and I feel like it will be an immense project, but also really fun and something new. Definitely something new.
Yes. I think it's going to be completely worth it. We definitely have work ahead of us, but it's so exciting.
Definitely.
Well, perfect. Is there anything else you want to add on?
Honestly, it's really hard to think for me at the moment. I'm a little bit stressed, very honestly. So I can, let's say, give the floor to other designers that would like to reach out to people and share their thoughts.
Perfect. I think Marin's ready to come on, so I'll go ahead. I think I can remove you, and then I can.
Yes, please.
I can add Marin. Thanks so much for hopping on, Isa.
Thank you so much.
All right, Marin. I believe I just invited you. It always takes a second. There we go.
Yeah.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I was so excited early on when we started the Kickstarter campaign, and I can feel my adrenaline just kind of plumbing down.
It's also later in the evening for you, isn't it?
It is. It's not really super late, but it's 5:30.
Oh yeah.
So it's actually nearly dinner time. But I still have minutes for you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for hopping on. So do you want to talk about what inTANDEM means to you, why you're excited about it, anything around the publication?
I'm super excited, and actually I didn't think that I would go so crazy today, but when the countdown started and I sent out the email to my newsletter people, I was like, oh my God, what if nobody, what if nobody is going to find us?
And they proved us wrong right away, didn't they?
It was crazy. It was super crazy. I was really jumping because my husband and I, we both work together and we both work at home. So I was running wild through the whole flat. Like, one more.
I love it.
Yeah, what does it mean? It is, well, of course, it's a whole collaboration. And I'm also really excited about being part of this whole process. And I mean, it's definitely not something I would have done on my own. And I have no clue where to start or so, but somehow it's, it's developing and running. And we didn't start out with the Kickstarter campaign idea. Well, it was actually the moment I said, okay, now it's starting to make sense to me. So yeah, that is super, super interesting to understand how it all works. And let's see what the Jan company says. Fingers crossed.
Yes, and it's super exciting that we're not just trying to figure it out by ourselves. We're definitely learning stuff, but we also have publications that are helping us, giving us insight and stuff. So that's so helpful.
That's a really good feeling that you have some guys hopping on and off.
Yeah.
And who are able to answer questions. I've been through the process before and know what they are doing.
So, give us some warnings about what to expect.
Yeah, and I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I really didn't. I just throw it out as much as I can and hope somebody hops on. Yeah. I also really love seeing what comes, what kind of designs come into place, knowing the mood boards. And I guess you didn't really talk about the topic for the 4 issues.
Yes.
And we kind of missed. So it's like flow, movement, dance, and then we have the first one is more like the easy. It's more about how it flows around your body. Let's say it like that. Is that right? Yeah. It's more about the shapes. And next for winter come cables. So I think that's going to be amazing to see how this kind of,
the movement and the flow of the cables throughout.
Right. And then we have stitches, not stitches, lace stitches. So kind of same thing, but definitely it will look completely different. And I love that. I love that to see how everybody's going to make an interpretation of this idea. And yeah, of course, last one is crochet. I have no clue about crochet, let's be honest. But yeah, that's cool. That's also really interesting. And I love that we have 3 knitting and 1 crochet issue, so it's not only knitting. And that's really interesting, seeing the difference.
So since you mentioned the whole theme of the year, maybe let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about that and how that came to be. Because initially the idea was, okay, we want to create a collaboration where we talk about collaboration. Like the overarching idea of the whole publication is collaboration. But how do we then split it up into themes? So we had a whole group call where everybody shared all their ideas of what collaboration meant. And we basically came to the conclusion that everything came to this idea of a tree, or could connect to this idea of a tree. And so the idea is that there are designers coming together, like roots coming into the tree, creating one collaboration, like the trunk of the tree, and then branching out and creating their own art that is unique and beautiful. So it's kind of like this flow throughout the collaboration, coming from different perspectives, but then growing out to still be completely unique individuals, but supported by this collaboration. And so the theme for the first year is movement, flow, and dance. So it's the movement of ideas coming together, and really discussing these ideas and exchanging them and allowing them to flow back and forth until there's something that we think is really amazing, like the best thing we can create. And then the flow of responsibilities, the movement of responsibilities between two parties or more inside of a collaboration, being like a dance where you have to cooperate and move together. You can't both be trying to do the same thing at the same time, or like pulling away from each other, but it has to be this graceful exchange between each other. So that's the whole idea between the 4 issues. But then the idea with the seasons is that we can explore a different part of that theme of movement, flow, and dance throughout the 4 issues. So like you said, the first one is really more flowy visually, like in the way the fabrics are created and such. And then the next one, the winter, is the cables flowing, and then the lace flowing for spring, and then summer is the crochet, kind of more like a ripple wavy. So we have certain set of stitch motifs that we're working with for each issue.
And the funny thing is, I know we are both on the first issue, and it was kind of our idea to get started, and I feel like it's the hardest to explain. I have kind of this mood board for it, and I generally love to watch dance. It's when I'm really down, I put on some kind of dance movie, to be honest, and I always feel much more energetic afterwards. It works all the time. So the mood board for me actually is really this kind of, if you see posters from ballet shows, for example, they have the stop motion photos where you see this kind of, it's like stop, and they are all layered over each other. So this is something I would like to bring into the design. And but yeah, that's not generally one stitch pattern, or so it's much easier to explain with cables. I think everybody, when you say movement and traveling stitches, you already have something in mind. And quite honestly, I'm not really 100% sure what will turn out in the end. I know what I want to do, but yeah, it's going to develop. Yeah, and you asked me in the beginning what inTANDEM means. I mean, I'm German. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was really.
No apologies. No apologies necessary.
Of those words. So inTANDEM is a bike for me, which is kind of right. Yeah. Anyway, so but yeah, collaboration really is a dance for me always, and in every kind of way there. And I think it can be unchallenging, beautiful, and if it works out, and if it doesn't work out, you're stomping on the feet of each other, and it's going to be painful. So let's hope we're going to get the first one done.
No, I'm really confident that it's going to go really well. We've already done a lot of work together as a whole collaboration, made a lot of decisions, and really now we're to the point of a lot of it's in the designer's hands of creating the designs, and also our pending collaboration with our yarn company. So
yeah. Does anybody else want to come up?
Yeah.
There are others. Throw me out.
Thank you for joining us, Maren. I can go ahead and remove you. Does anybody else have any more questions? Any other designers want to hop on? feel free to either send, if you have a question, leave it in the comments or in the question, at least for me, it's right here, the question bubble. And then any designers that want to hop on and share anything else about the publication, anything you think we missed, anything about how excited you are. We have Catherine. I think I accept it. There we go. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm at
Good.
work. It's
Yes.
break, so.
So do you want to talk about inTANDEM and collaboration and whatever?
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. So I am super excited about this because first off, the women that are involved are amazing. Everybody's really good about boosting each other, and that for me is what the inTANDEM is about, is collaborating together as a group and boosting each other up and building this publication that all of us have kind of wanted to do, but nobody can do by themselves, right?
Yes. Yes.
And that's why I'm so excited about it. Listen, I've had butterflies all day. I don't even think I had breakfast this morning because I'm so excited.
Yes, and you are not alone. Because I know the conversations that have been happening on Discord. Everybody is so excited, but
we hit 1K and I lost it. My coworkers were like, "What is wrong with you today?"
It's not wrong, it's right. Yeah, I think Izza maybe also talked about that as well. Like, it's this whole like dreams coming true for something that you didn't think was possible. But when we all come together, we can do amazing things. And
Yes.
and it's not, like I keep saying, it's not just us as designers coming together. Sure, that's what's making the behind the scenes of the collaboration work, but it's also all of our backers on Kickstarter.
Yes.
Making it work.
Each one of you guys are a part of this too. And
yes.
You'll get a beautiful product at the end because of it.
Yes. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about favorite part of inTANDEM or anything like that?
I mean, I can't wait to get my hands on starting to figure out these designs. I have the cable one, which anybody who's seen my designs knows I'm all about cables all the time. So I haven't started playing too much yet, but I think I got a nice plan for it. So
yes, so fun. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I do have to hop off. I've got patient stuff to deal with, but I thought I'd come say hi.
Yes, thanks for joining us. Have a good rest of your day at work.
You too. Bye.
All right. Do we have any other designers who are interested in joining? Thanks again to everybody hopping on. We're getting ready to close up our chat here, but the replay will be available here at Snickerdoodle Knits, and I can share it with all of the designers in case they want to upload it as well as a video. But if you're just hopping on now, we talked all about what inTANDEM is, why we created it, talked a lot about the Kickstarter campaign, the different tiers and things like that. And now we've had 3 designers chat about their excitement for it, what it means to them. And now we have Natalia is going to hop on. And I just have to accept it.
Okay.
Hello, Natalia.
Hey.
How are you today?
Great.
Great. Good.
Butterflies everywhere.
Yes, yes, we're all so excited.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like crazy morning. Everyone is excited and everyone is busy and everyone doing something. And like every steps, it's super excited. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you for just a second. I just saw one more backer came through, so we're at over $1,700.
Yes.
Yes.
My laptop is open and I see numbers.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so what are you excited about? Why are you excited about it? What's your favorite part? Whatever you want to talk about for inTANDEM.
Yeah, so it's like everybody's saying. So if you think to do just alone, you think it's impossible. And then the idea came, and people started thinking that yes, we can join, and what you need to do to actually this project happen, how much is involved in this, and uh, what everyone doing to make it happen. And then, yeah, so the idea about Kickstarter started, and you and Beth and the other was like busy doing um, all behind the scenes stuff. Not everyone knows what actually involves in all these steps, and how much time you need to spend, how much energy you put in every step. It's like yeah, it's
Yeah.
so many yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really
And
interesting. It's like there's so much involved in everything. So obviously it's a big project to start with, and then when you make it collaborative, we have it does extend the timeline. We have more feedback coming in. We have more deciding back and forth when there's more parties. But I do think it's so worth it. Everything in a collaboration. It just makes everything so much better, higher value, value, I guess, a better product in the end, and the whole process is just interesting to go through.
yeah, and so after the whole idea, it's like you see the bottom and then like a high in the sky point, yeah, and how you reach this,
Yeah.
and then it's like every step. I go this step, I go this step. Okay, I'm not so far from this
Yeah.
end. And I know that I need to go many more steps, but I jump little by little, and I will reach this.
Yes, yes, that is so true. And
We jumping from these little steps together, and if somebody's have no idea what to need to done in this particular part, other can jump and help you. This is so great. Yeah.
yes, yes. And I think I was thinking about that a lot this morning too, like with the Kickstarter campaign. Starting off, it's like, it can feel like this is a lot of money we need to raise.
Yes.
But as the different pledges come in, it's like, hey, this is totally possible. We're gonna do it. We're almost at $2,000. We're over 1,700, and that's already, sure, we still have a bit to go, but it just shows that every little bit works towards the end goal and makes it all possible.
Yes.
Yes, so fun. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, not right now. I need to dive to my yarn and actually start doing and start designing. Yeah.
Yes, so fun. Thank you for joining us. I'll go ahead and remove you. If anyone else wants to hop on, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Talk about crochet. Oh, did you want Natalia to talk about crochet? Is there something specific I should talk about crochet? Natalia, the designer that was just on, talks about, she designs for both knit and crochet. So she will be one of our crochet designers. Yeah, Maren, go ahead and let me know if there's anything else specific. Sorry. Or Natalia, if you want to come back on and talk anything else about crochet, feel free. If anybody else, again, has any questions, go ahead and pop those in the comments or in the question box. You don't have a question? Okay. Yeah, so I guess just a reminder that we aren't just knitters. We aren't just knit designers. There's also crocheters. The crochet issue will be the last of the 4 for this year of issues, but in the future I plan to rotate that. So crochet will not always be in the summer. So you get, as you collect the issues, you will collect throughout the seasons as well. But yes, I think that's all of our designers that are interested in sharing. We do have one other live if she wants to join. I won't call her out, but if she wants to join, go ahead and let me know. But otherwise, again, thank you so much for all of your support financially on the Kickstarter campaign and sharing with family, with friends, talking about it in your knit groups, on social media, whatever it is for you, or even just not just. You know, every word of encouragement that you send to us, telling us you're excited, also responses to our stories and our posts, it means so much. We really do appreciate it so much. And again, I will have this live available on my Instagram. I'll also post it on YouTube, and I think at least Marin is going to be sharing it as well. So thank you again so much for joining us live, and let us know if you have any questions on inTANDEM. You can support the campaign by going to the link in my bio at Snickerdoodle Knits, at inTANDEM Zine, or at Pattern Design Circle, and you can find the link to the campaign in any of those places. And I'll talk to you later. I hope you have a wonderful end of your week.